What's up, everyone? Making another M3 video today. The last couple ones I made didn't really turn out how I wanted, so I'm gonna just go ahead and scrap those and make this one for you. So I'm heading over to my buddy's house. We have a track day coming up on Saturday, which is 2 days away. Been really excited for this track event. It's at Streets of Willow. Never been to Streets, but I've done Big Willow before. And I heard the Streets is a really good track for kind of cars like the E46 M3 and cars that don't really have like tons of power and are just, you know, more set up for like handling. It just makes it more of like a fun technical track, so I'm really excited to see how it is. Oh man, I don't know what that was. One thing that concerns me is that the car sounded kind of weird on startup today. It made a noise that kind of like a shudder that I've never heard from this car before. So it's just a little bit disconcerting or discerning or whatever the word is to hear that 2 days before the track event. So the car's been inspected and I actually found another $1,000 worth of damage on the car. It's kind of a long story. I'll explain it in another video if you guys really care to hear. Just more issues that have happened during this M3 build. I feel like this M3 build has been so problematic that it's just insane. But I found 3 issues. The guibo or flex plate was installed backwards, and my rear control arms were completely shot. I think that my front arms were also loose or something like that. I can't remember which part they were saying. And all of my suspension bushings were completely like just shot. So got all that fixed, got the car aligned. Found out that my alignment was so out of whack. I had like 4 degrees of camber on the passenger side and 3 degrees on the driver's side, and just the entire car was just not aligned right. The balancing was off, my toe was off. So you guys, in the video where I showed you the car last time, you guys were right about the toe being off, so thanks for pointing that out. But the car feels 100 times better now. As long as the motor is not having any issues. I mean, it shouldn't. It might have just been kind of a weird BMW noise at startup, who knows. But like I said, right now, heading over to my buddy's house. I already installed a new shift knob. I got a Wallen shift knob, which is 18 ounces, which feels amazing. And I did an Alcantara shift boot. Let me roll up the windows. You guys can maybe hear me a little better. It's just so nice out. It's hard not to want to drive with the windows down. But anyway, so I did a Wallen shift knob, which is 18 ounces, which is fantastic. That's exactly what I wanted. I was hoping that a heavier shift knob would make the gears feel a little bit better in this car. I prefer kind of longer gears with a smoother gearbox myself in the E46 M3, especially with this short shift kit that came with the car. It is super short, super notchy, and yeah, I just wasn't really enjoying it too much. I found that I was getting locked out of gears kind of a lot and just didn't really like it. So the heavier shift knob definitely helps with that. But since it's a lot shorter than the stock knob, it makes the throws feel even shorter. So the short throws, I guess I'll have to deal with unless I ever get around to going back to stock ratio or whatever. Who knows? Not that big of a deal. But I like the ball-shaped shift knob. I never really liked the feel of the stock M3 shift knob. It was kind of uncomfortable and hurt my hand after a lot of shifting. So happy about that. I did a black Alcantara shift boot with blue stitching, and I'm halfway through a new e-brake handle and boot install. I made the horrible mistake of trying to cut off my e-brake handle because I was trying to yank it off, could not get it. That thing was on there, and I just completely have mauled the stock e-brake handle. Like, I knew I wasn't gonna be able to reuse it, but it's just completely mauled. I'm looking at it right now. I'm just hoping I didn't damage any part of the mechanism, like the spring. So my buddy's gonna try to help me get that off. We're gonna get the new e-brake boot and e-brake handle installed. It's all Alcantara, so it'll match the steering wheel. A little bit more of a race car feel, just kind of a novelty item, honestly, just to enhance the interior a little bit. It's something that I would enjoy. It doesn't really help performance at all, maybe grip, but I mean, that's getting really generous. So yeah, doing that, excited about it. I also got new door handles. You guys have probably heard me talk about this in previous videos, but ever since the GT4, I fell in love with the RS style door straps that are on the door handles. And let me see if I can pull them out really quick while I'm out of light. The color didn't turn out like how I had thought, so keep that in mind. Actually, it looked better. Yeah, it looked better in person, like in the light. So here's the door handles. Pulling out really fast. So this is what they look like. They're blue. Thought they'd be a little bit lighter blue, but it actually matches. Wow, this matches the harness material like perfectly. So maybe I'll keep these. But I was gonna swap them out for a different color. But yeah, it'll just be on the door handle, which is just kind of a cool, once again, just novelty kind of race car feel. Just thought it'd be a cool thing to do. I just kind of went on a modding spree with this car. Kind of fell in love with it all over again. Just wanted to show it some love. So I'm doing that. I'm gonna prep the car for the track. It has been inspected by a shop, so that pretty much is all done. I'm just gonna maybe look over it one more time. Just wouldn't hurt. Check the oil, basic fluid, stuff like that. Just make sure nothing has changed since it was last inspected. And I'm going to give the car a wash, clean the brakes thoroughly, clean the wheels, get all the brake dust off, and then also be wrapping the car with this kind of, that's why I have all my stuff right here, I'll show you guys. It's called a crash wrap. So what this stuff is like if you go to a junkyard or something, there's a car that's been in an accident, they wrap the cars in this stuff so that all like the glass and parts kind of stick to it and keep it all together. It's right here, and strapped with the harness, but it's right here, just this big blue roll of film stuff. And my buddy actually had the idea to try it out, so we tried it last track event. It worked great. So it's pretty thick and it's easy to peel on and off, pretty easy to apply, and it's a lot quicker than tape because it's huge. You're doing huge sections at once rather than just little strips. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, we're gonna be doing that. Hopefully this time we're gonna install it a little bit better, kind of like a vinyl wrap almost. We're gonna be squeegeeing it to make it go on a little bit cleaner. So we're doing that, and that's pretty much about it. The main goals for today are first priority to get the e-brake stuff all situated and get the door handles installed, and then I'll deal with washing it tomorrow if I have to, but hopefully we'll have time to take care of that today, just because I usually save all this stuff for the last minute, and I end up having like 2-3 a.m. late nights of prepping the car before the track, which is not good, so I need to get to sleep earlier, especially because Willow is a little bit further from me. But yeah, the car is driving great, guys. It sounds good. I kind of abandoned the idea of doing more power mods. If you guys recall, I was talking about doing like maybe headers and downpipe and, you know, mid pipes and a tune just to get a little more power out of it. But after talking to a few people and mainly seeing the price of like a good set of headers, I just decided that I'm just going to continue to improve on my driving and do some more weight reduction wherever I can. I think I've pretty much pulled out everything that I can out of the car without completely like taking out the AC and the stereo, stuff like that. So yeah, I'm just gonna try to focus on improving my skill to get faster that way. I mean, I know somebody personally who with the stock E46 M3 only suspension mods, I think he's even stock weight, he was doing like a 130 something at Big Willow, which is super fast. I think it was low 130s, which is just like incredible. So I'm just gonna improve my driving and just enjoy the car, and then maybe later I'll do something to it, but for now I just am gonna keep the car where it's at power wise. I still might do the tune. So there's a few nice features, such as like when you turn on and off, it doesn't disable the sport mode, so I'll always have sport mode enabled, traction control will always be off, just small things like that. And also I think it would help smoothen out the power band a little bit, giving maybe like more mid-range response, stuff like that. So I might do that. I'll have to look at some pricing and stuff before I make the final decision. And as I drive, this is like really my second time driving with a new shift knob installed. It is nice. I like it a lot more than I remember liking it, so I guess I'm just getting used to it. But yeah, it's good. One bummer is that I keep growing. Believe it or not, I'm like 6'4" now, and I keep on growing. It's a little bit, but I just had the seat fitted a couple months back to where it's pretty much as far back as it can go, and it was perfect. But now I'm at the point where it's just a little bit close, so I kind of want to scoot it back a little bit. And the original shop told me that it's as far back as it can go, no more room. So I kind of took that to heart, and I mentioned it to the new shop I'm going to, and there's a whole other story why I switched shops. Like I said, I'll tell you guys a story in another video if you guys even care to hear. And he said, no, look, you have 2 holes right here. So I'm like, oh, that makes sense. Maybe like the other guy was just tripping or something like that. Who knows? So I decided to take out the driver's seat and move it back myself, and that was the biggest pain in the ass. Like, I'll tell you guys, I've taken out seats before, and it's a piece of cake usually, but just something about this driver's seat, just nothing was going right. It was just one of those days where just nothing is going smoothly. There's issues, and just, So long story short, I found out that the original guy was right, and because of the roll cage, it's not very flush with the inside of the car, so the headrest on this seat will hit the roll cage if I go any further back, so I'm stuck where I'm at. Oh, damn. I'm trying to practice my heel towing, and that was brutal. Ooh. That does not sound good. See, this is the one part of having a gutted rear end for the most part, is that you hear lots of noises. And that borderline sounded like subframe kind of clunking. So that's not good, guys. That might have been bad road, but on that turn, that did not sound good. I'm gonna have to take a few more turns and listen for that. But yeah, I need to be practicing my heel towing, because this car, between I think the brake pads and just kind of the pedal placement, for some reason the brake pedal is really far out, which is one of my biggest pet peeves with this car, is that the brake pedal is not like level with the clutch pedal. So it's like when I go to brake, I have to lift my foot off of the gas pedal so far up that it's just kind of uncomfortable. So I need to get used to that again. It's just when you don't drive a car for a while, I'm not always heel towing in this car, that I just kind of need to get used to it and relearn it a little bit. But man, that did not sound good. So let's pray that that is nothing bad, because I have the subframe reinforcement plates installed, but it was done by a bad shop and I'm not too sure of the quality. So just when I think I have the car all dialed in, something like that happens and it scares me. It's probably me overreacting, but it's just, I've had so much stuff, I've gone through so much with this car that I just am never too careful anymore. So I really hope that's not the subframe, because that would, man, that would suck. That would suck so badly. So yeah, guys, that kind of killed my mood, but I don't even remember what I was saying. In recap, I'm just gonna cut the video here. Excited for the track, hope the car is okay now. Gonna go install some parts, get it ready for the track. If you want to hear the stories about why I switched shops and what happened, what more about the damages found in the car, let me know in the comments. I'll make a video, like a story time or whatever, and let you guys know all about what happened in my journey with this car and the build, and why I'm having so many issues with the build, and just life lessons I've learned from it, and stuff that you guys can hopefully avoid when you do a build, stuff like that. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna cut it off. So hope you enjoyed the video. Wish me luck, and I'll see you on the next one. Later.